Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Friday Free Day. Today's video is another very special video because today I'm collabing with Nichole Fischer. If you guys have not already checked out her channel, I will link it down below. Nichole is one of my favorite YouTubers because her personality is so bubbly. I think she is hilarious. She has just got one of the best, most outgoing, funny, down-to-earth personalities of any of the YouTubers that I have ran across yet. From the very first video I watched of hers months ago, she had me like this right here just because of her personality. I knew this girl is somebody that I'm going to love watching, and I was right. I love to watch Nichole. I love when she uploads. So when me and her decided to do a collaboration, I was very excited because I just absolutely love Nichole. So if you're one of my subscribers, head on over to Nicholes Channel, check out her video, and watch some of her other videos that she has uploaded in the past. And if you're one of Nichole's subscribers, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to come over and watch my video. I hope you will subscribe while you're here and check out some of my previous videos I have uploaded in the past. So, without further ado, I'm going to hop right on into today's video and get straight to the point. So Nichole and I decided on doing a collaboration about products that contain sunscreen. And you know, that was a very good idea. It was her idea to do that, and I thought, yeah, that's a great idea. That's one I've never seen before. That is wonderful. But when I actually started going through my collection of makeup, searching for products that contained SPF, it was a little bit harder than I had initially thought because there just aren't a lot of products out there that contain SPF, to be honest with you. But I did come up with this little basket full of products from my collection that do contain SPF, and I'm going to get into those. But before I get into those products, I want to share a couple facts about SPF with you guys because there are some things that I didn't know until I found this article online, and I found them very interesting. So I thought that I would share them with you, my subscribers, Nichole's subscribers, to further educate you on sunscreen, and then we will get into the products in just a few minutes. So this article, this is on everydayhealth.com. This is 10 facts about sunscreen that you may or may not know. So I thought this will be a good time to go over them because there's some of them that, like I said, I had no idea. I did not know that was the case with sunscreen. So I found it very interesting, and I thought I would share it with you guys because I think you guys will find it interesting also. Number one says you really do need a SPF 30 or higher. I've always heard that, I think it was like a 15. If you go any higher than a 15, it doesn't matter. Apparently that is not true. The golden rule of sunscreen is now to choose a SPF of 30 or higher. The 30 blocks out 97% of UV rays, while SPF 15 only blocks out 93%. So that's a 5% difference there. SPF 50 blocks out 98% of UVA rays. So if you do have an SPF 50, that would be the best one to go with. The next one talks about, for total protection, look for broad spectrum on the label. Now I've noticed a lot of products do say broad spectrum while others do not. Not all sunscreens are created equal, which is why dermatologists urge their patients to use a broad spectrum version to protect their skin against both UVA and UVB rays. A common misconception is if you are a very dark skinned girl that you don't need to use sunscreen. You're not going to burn. You got a tan. That's not true. It doesn't matter what skin tone you are. You still need to use SPF to protect yourself from the sun's rays. Especially for the risk of melanoma, skin cancer, you definitely always want to use a sunscreen. And I'm one of those girls that I never wanted to use a sunscreen in my earlier years because I wanted to get as dark as I could. And for me, getting dark, that meant I needed to get a really good sunburn to let that sink into my skin. That way, kind of like my skin is now burnt, so it ain't going to burn anymore. Now we'll let those tan lines come. Now that I'm 34, and this past year I've learned a lot about sun protection and skincare. No, you will never catch me outside again without a sunscreen on my body or my face or my lips. Another point in this says that no sunscreen is waterproof or sweat proof. Did you know that? Some SPFs may say they're water resistant and must specify whether they protect the skin for 40 to 80 minutes of swimming or sweating based on standard testing. So they can be water resistant, but none of them are waterproof. Now I've seen several in my time that says waterproof, but in reality no SPF is waterproof or sweat proof. A lot of us already know, but after you've been in the sun for 2 hours, you need to reapply your sunscreen regardless of how long it says you're protected. It doesn't matter if it says you're protected for 24 hours. Every 2 hours you need to reapply sunscreen, and I learned that the hard way with my children at the pool. I would put sunscreen on them and let them go play for hours, and then they would be burnt up. I learned the hard way. Every 2 hours, reapply sunscreen, whether you think they need it or not, or that you need it or not. You need it. Please reapply it. Here's one that I had no idea. It's talking about SPF numbers being tricky. Do you really know what those digits to the right of SPF labeling stands for? In theory, it's the amount of time you can stay in the sun without getting sunburned. For example, if you would normally burn after 10 minutes, a sunscreen with SPF 15 should allow you to stay out for 150 minutes before burning. So if you have an SPF 30, you could stay out for 300 minutes before burning. I did not know that. Did you? But that's a few little tips that I just wanted to throw in here about sunscreen. Some things that I did not know. So I thought they might be helpful in this case. Some of you guys may have already known those. Some of you may not. And if you didn't, you just learned something today. Okay, so now we're going to get into the actual products that I have in my collection that contain sunscreen, and I'll tell you a little bit about them. Now, while I was going through my collection, the majority of the things that I found that contained a sunscreen, they were all foundation. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to, I can't film this video, Nichole. Everything I got is just a foundation. But after I dug a little bit deeper, I did find a couple other items that was not a foundation that contains sunscreen. So it'd be a little bit interesting. You should go check your collection and see what items you have that contain an SPF. I bet not as many as you think. Alright, so as far as the foundations that I own that contain an SPF, I only have 4, and I have a rather large foundation collection, and only 4 of those contain an SPF. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And those 4 are the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. This has a broad spectrum, which means it protects you from UVA and UVB. SPF 15. So this will protect your face for 150 minutes. I do love this foundation. It's one of my most favorites ever. I'm not really going to go into, you know, what kind of coverage and blah 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 about these foundations, because this is not an actual makeup review. This is just to present products that do contain a sunscreen. So I have this one, the number 7 Stay Perfect. I can't talk today. Another one that I have is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup. This one has a broad spectrum SPF of 20, which once again means it will protect you from UVA and UVB with SPF 20. So for 200 minutes, you're good with this one. This is another good drugstore option. That's a good foundation. And then another one, this is one of the new foundations. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. This one is broad spectrum. And it also has an SPF of 20. So for 200 minutes, you can also wear this foundation. That's another great foundation. And then the only high-end foundation that I owned that had an SPF in it, which was very mind-blowing, was the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And this has an SPF of 10. This does not say broad spectrum, so this does not protect you from UVA and UVB. This only will protect me from UVA rays, and it's only good for 100 minutes. So that's an hour and 40 minutes that I can wear this and my face be protected. After an hour and 40 minutes, it's like I don't have sunscreen on my face anymore. So, alright, so some other products that I have that contain an SPF. I have the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This has an SPF of 20. Once again, it is not broad spectrum, so it only is protecting me from UVA rays, and it's 20. So another 200 minutes with this one, and I'm protected. Next, I have the Tarte BB Tinted Treatment Primer. This one is broad spectrum, so it's protecting me from UVA and UVB, and it has an SPF of 30. So for 300 minutes, I can wear my Tarte BB cream. And then this one has the most SPF of any of these facial products so far. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination Cream. This one is broad spectrum. It is a physical sunscreen. It protects against UVA and UVB with an SPF of 50 plus. So For me, if I'm going to be out in the sun for the longest amount of time, this will be the one that I would want to go with, because this one has the highest SPF number. This one is broad spectrum, and this one also is a physical sunscreen. And when I say it is a physical sunscreen, there are two different types of sunscreens. There's physical and chemical. The difference is a physical sunscreen is something that sits on top of your skin that deflects sun rays from your skin. It actually like kind of bounces them off of your skin. When a chemical sunscreen, that has products in it that your skin will absorb those UV rays, and it will, the products in the chemical sunscreen changes those UV rays into heat, therefore releasing the heat from your body. So just to clear that up in case you weren't very familiar on what's the difference in a physical and a chemical. A physical deflects it from your skin, and a chemical will soak into your skin, but it will switch it from like a UV rays. It will turn it into heat and then push the heat out of your body. So alright, so I only have 3 more products actually. I mean, it's kind of mind-blowing that none of my products have SPF in them. So the next thing I want to talk about, this is a Cover FX SPF Protection Primer. This is a foundation primer. It does say it is broad spectrum, and it has an SPF of 30. I do like this primer a lot. I'm hooked on my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. I use that almost every single day of my life as a primer. I have several primers, but I never reach for them because I know that the Nivea one, it works with every foundation that I have. It doesn't cause any kind of issues, when therefore, you know, this one may not work with my Estee Lauder. Not saying it doesn't, but you know, there could be some kind of weird reaction when you mix the two together. So rather than take that chance, I just like using my Nivea Men's Shave Balm. It's an awesome primer, but it contains no sunscreen. None. So maybe this summer I need to be rethinking my application. But this is the only primer I have that has an SPF in it, and it does has an SPF of 30, which means I'm good for 300 minutes out in the sun with this one. And as far as makeup products, that's the only products in my entire collection that I have that contains an SPF. Wow. But I do have 2 other beauty products that contains it. I have the Jergens Natural Glow Face Daily Moisturizer with Sunscreen. This is a broad spectrum and an SPF of 20. So if you use this on your face to kind of give your face some color, which I haven't used this in a very long time, but it's still here in my collection. If you do use this, you do have a sunscreen in it, and you are protected for 200 minutes. And it is a decent product. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I just quit using it for whatever reason. I don't know. And then the only other thing that I have, actually, I don't even know if this has a sunscreen in it. It's the Chapstick Skin Protectant in Classic Cherry. But actually, look on the packaging, it doesn't say anything about sunscreen. So all these years I have thought that chapstick had sunscreen in it, and it doesn't. So I could edit this out of this video, but I'm not going to, because I know I'm not the only person in this world that thought that chapstick, because it says skin protectant, had an SPF in it. It does not. So if you're slapping chapstick on your mouth before you go out to the beach for the day, you're actually not protecting your lips at all. Well, I mean, you are a little bit. You know, you'd rather have chapstick on than just going bare lipped, because it does create a barrier in between your skin and the sun, but it doesn't have an SPF in it, and I thought that it did. So wow. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's all the products that I have that has an SPF in it. And I mean, it just kind of blows my mind, because I would have thought that way more beauty products would have ingredients in it to protect our skin, but they don't. So be sure to go through your collection and know what you're wearing, guys. If you're going to be out in the sun for a long day, if you're going to the amusement park with your kids for the day and you put your makeup on, make sure that you use something that has an SPF in it to protect your face. You know, getting sunburned is not a good thing. It could cause so many issues. It causes wrinkles and fine lines and premature aging. It can cause cancer. There's so much that sunburning can do to your skin. So be sure to protect your skin when you go out in the sun, no matter if you want to get that tan or not. What's more important to you, getting a tan or being alive? I mean, you know, weigh that out. It's so important to wear a sunscreen. So that's all I have for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments, you know, what products do you have that has an SPF in it? Look through your collection. Does it blow your mind that you really don't have that many products with SPF in it like it did me? Because like I said, I thought that was a great idea for a video until I started looking through my products and I was like, Nichole, I don't have anything to talk about. I don't have any products. But anyway, I pulled it together and I did it anyway. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you found this video very informative and helpful. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you're here from Nicholes Channel, be sure to subscribe before you leave. And if you're one of my subscribers, don't forget to head over to Nicholes Channel to check out her video. I will have it linked down below in the description bar. And make sure you give her a big thumbs up and subscribe to her channel before you leave. So, everybody have a wonderful weekend. And if you're going to be out in the sun, make sure to wear sunscreen. I'll see you on Monday, guys. Bye.